go. And there's a mic there. There's a mic here.
Where?
Right here.
All right.
There you go.
Which one you want, Les?
It don't matter.
Sit
Dude.
okay.
Yeah, I'll sit in the middle. Okay. All right. Hey. That was fun, huh? At least you got something to talk about at lunch tomorrow. Well, here we are at McCurdy's Comedy Theater right after the show. Don DePetta and Pat Godwin, and we had a great time with you guys coming out in the tropical storm this evening. Absolutely. And this is we do this because over the years I've found when I talk to people that come see the shows, they have a tendency to think that comedians were just born this way. We're just shot out of the womb this way. We're genetically predisposed to be comedians. But comedians come from all backgrounds, all walks of life. In this case, they're brothers, so that really doesn't matter. No. So we're gonna kind of let you know where these guys come from, and then we'll do a little Q&A. So first of all, Pat.
Yes, sir.
Just a little bit about how you grew up, family dynamic, mom, dad, brothers, sisters, that sort of thing. And was anybody in your family or close to your family connected to entertainment in any way?
I'm the oldest of six. My dad taught college at King's College, and he was the drama instructor, and all my family pretty tied into the arts. Brother's an artist in New York and works with the Muppets and stuff. He's one of the Muppeteers for Henson. And everybody's really pretty talented. My sister's an artist. We come from a pretty artsy family. I rebelled against that, and I was a jock until I was 17. Then I switched like that, started playing piano, and it just took over. Yeah.
Big jock till you were 17?
I was a big jock, yeah.
What was your sport?
Football. We were 11-0 state champions in Pennsylvania.
Oh, nice.
What
position?
sophomore year. My position, it was called the bench.
I played that.
I was a kickoff specialist. I ran the punts back and the kicks back.
Wow. That's a kind of a suicide squad.
Absolutely, especially back then.
Yes, absolutely.
Back in the early 40s.
Don, same thing.
I felt uncomfortable with both of y'all saying jock a bunch.
But we were saying Jacques.
Yeah.
Jacques.
Okay.
So same thing.
I'm the youngest in the family, which means I was ignored. So I think that's what it came out of. No, I actually played professional baseball for like 2 years until they cut me. And
then
they
quit paying.
Yeah. Then they were like, "You got to go." I played for Bill Murray. Owns a team up in Minnesota called the St. Paul Saints. Yeah. So I played up there for 2 years, and then I played independent ball with some team in Indiana, Evansville, Indiana.
So tell them.
Where they filmed League of Their Own. That same
tell
stadium.
About your mom, your dad, I know his dad.
So my mother was in education for 42 years. She was a principal. I love her to death. I think teachers and everybody are incredibly underpaid and undervalued. She's an incredible woman, probably the most incredible woman I've ever met in my life. She has 4 degrees. She's a doctor. She owns 2 different master's degrees. Yeah, wow. Incredibly brilliant woman. And then my father doesn't have any degrees. But he actually started the comedy club, The Punchline, in Atlanta back in 1982 or 1983, and he ended up opening a ton of clubs all along the Eastern Coast and booked most of the rooms for the 80s and 90s, and so, yeah. And nobody in my family wanted me to do this, I promise. Everybody was very upset, but here we are. Right?
His dad was one of the first guys I worked for, and there were 3 guys that owned the comedy club, and he was the only one that spoke to the opening acts. It was very nice. And Chris, who is, if you know Billy Gardell from Mike and Molly, he's his manager now, and several other people. When you're not doing this with comedy, because comedy can, it does kind of take over your life. But do you have any kind of hobby or anything that you're passionate about or interested in? Just for fun, just to get away from this?
For fun, I really do enjoy playing a lot of guitar and being better at that. I know that sounds insane. For fun without any kind of artistic thing to it, I will go fishing occasionally with my son. who's 8 years old, and we enjoy that. I get away from it for a little bit. But I'm on Bob and Tom, which is this radio show, syndicated show out of Indy, and I'm on every day that I can be there when I'm not traveling, and I've got to do like 4 songs a morning. So I'm pretty much at it like all day, so I don't really get a whole lot of break except for little tiny naps, and I try to sleep a couple hours maybe. So
what about you?
Fishing maybe?
Yeah. Well, me?
Yeah.
Act when they'll let me.
Acting?
Yeah, when
Yes.
they'll let me. Yeah. I
Do you-
live out in L.A., so
Do you take acting classes?
out in L.A. Yeah, I study. Always. I got to be studying. So I was in Green Book, like you said, and then I've been in a bunch of movies nobody's ever seen. So
We'll tell you finally get to one
Debbie
that
does
somebody
Dallas.
has.
yeah, and so there's a lot of that, and then I also coach. I was a head coach of a high school baseball team for the
cool.
past 3 years. Yeah, trying to give back a little.
In
bit.
Los Angeles?
Yeah, in L.A.
Nice.
Yeah, and
What's the name of the high school?
Hoover High School.
Hoover.
Yes.
What's their mascot?
The Tornadoes. Yeah, I was a tornado, and it turns out they don't drug test, so they let me be a coach.
That's
So,
nice. That's good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
It's California.
Yeah.
If comedy was not a viable way to make a living, I'm acting like it is. If it's not a viable way to make a living, like you could do it, but you had to do something as a profession other than comedy, what do you think you would have gone into?
Well, I started off in music, and I kind of just wanted to be a serious artist for 10 years. I didn't do my first open mic till I was 31. Don is 30, and he's been at it 4 years, and he's great. I got to this rather late. I think my first choice as being a musician is what I really wanted, but comedy just came to me so naturally, and it opened up so many doors. My second choice would probably be music now, comedy number 1.
Do you have anything where you would have headed?
No, I have no hopes and dreams and aspirations.
No?
Les. What is that? Do
You'd have been
I have anything?
You'd have been a coach.
What? No,
Right.
no. I think honestly, I love carpentry. I think I would have been a carpenter or a professor because I wasn't good in school, but I love
Teaching.
learning about everything now.
Oh,
Just
okay.
learning about everything. So yeah,
Nice,
either that. Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, right.
Justin, you want to bring up the house lights just a touch, not too much because it scares us. Just a little bit where we can see. Does anyone have any questions for Pat or Don? Yes. Where in Philly are you from?
Well, I worked at WMMR there from like 88 to 95. So I lived on 3rd and Race, 9th and Bainbridge, which is where they filmed the Philadelphia movie. Tom Hanks was, and then out at Ardmore for about 3 years. Yeah. Are you from Phil? Say it again? Oh, I'm not a mainliner, but I was out there for 3 years. It's the
what the
fancy
fuck's
section.
a mainliner?
Fancy section.
Oh. I thought it was a heroin addict. Where I'm from.
I was only a mainliner for 3 months.
I know. Another question? Yes. I'll be covering it.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah, I went to Dallas High School. Are you from Wilkes-Barre?
Dallas?
Yeah.
Wyoming.
Sure. We played you. Yeah, we beat you.
I like guys that don't ask questions.
Yeah, that wasn't a question.
He just made
Yeah, that was.
He just made a statement.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So right here?
Yes. Oh fuck. You're from New York? You know what I mean? How you doing? Not for nothing. Lips letters. They're not bad. There you go. There's one of them. There you go. Yeah. Okay.
Is that where you're from?
Strong Island.
Born in-
Where on Long Island? Port. I dated a girl from Massapequa that almost ruined my life. So.
There's a lot of those stories. Long Island women are tough.
Yeah.
Another question? Anything? Anything? Blah, blah, blah? Yes, no, indifferent?
No. You
No,
guys.
no?
You guys were terrific, by the way, tonight.
Thanks
you.
a lot,
You were
guys.
You were super
Thanks for
fun.
coming
Thank
out. We
you.
appreciate
Coming
it.
out.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.